Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Full Focus, the cinema-based entertainment podcast where three freelancers come together to talk shop. My name is Mike, and as usual, I am joined by my brothers in crime. To my right, cinematographer specialist and general video guy, Mr. Bert Estrada. Bert, how are you doing, sir?
You can be the side effect. I'd rather be the dope.
Oh, my goodness. I love it. And to my left, professional actor and incredible casting agent, producer, so on and so forth, Mr. Robert Andrus. Andrus, how you doing, buddy?
I love Linda Carter.
Her boobs are a little down.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, we're
I'm just saying, I love Linda Carter.
This gal is hot.
I love Gal too.
That gal has a name.
I had to say it.
Her name is Gal, right?
I love Linda Carter.
You're right, it is Gal.
It's Gal.
Oh, double entendre. All right, so guys, here's what's going on. We've already been trying a little bit
Did
of
you
this.
see the movie?
I did see the movie. Shut up, dude. This is going to be a Full Focus review episode where the three of us take a limited amount of time and talk about...
Quickfire.
A Quickfire episode, a Quickfire review, where we take a limited amount of time and just talk as quickly as we can, as much as we can, in that allotment of time, about a certain movie that is currently being shown right now that you can check out yourself. And this one, this episode, we are checking out Wonder Woman. And we're going
Wonder Woman!
Well, it's actually gotten revamped a little bit since then, Andrus.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I love Linda Carter. I just have to say that.
Wait, what? What's going on?
You'll jump in.
Are you serious right now?
Hold that one.
I mean, I saw the movie, but
Okay.
I didn't see Linda Carter.
No.
Oh,
she's the
man.
original
All right, hey.
Wonder Woman.
Here we go.
Bert.
I thought she was going to be like Potala.
She should have been there.
And she looks so much dirtier in that picture than she actually was.
Oh, goodness gracious.
They didn't show enough feet in this movie.
Please just watch the goddamn
Do you
trailer.
really have a
I am
foot fetish
begging you.
Well,
Look
the
at that. That's
Athenians
a foot.
in sandals. That is like hot.
Dude, Robin Wright.
Hallelujah.
Should stick to politics.
You're killing me.
I learned this the hard way a long time ago.
Her accent drives me
Easy.
crazy, though.
Easy.
It's like, that is nut jobs there, man.
She's Israeli, dude. Give her some credit.
But that's what I'm saying. It's so hot.
Totally missing the entire trailer.
Oh, like people haven't seen this already. Come on.
There's maybe one or two humans out there that have not seen this.
Whoever you are in more danger than you think.
I cannot stand by while innocent lives are lost. Be careful, Diana.
Who is this woman?
She's my secretary, sir. She's a very good secretary.
I fell asleep when I
It
said
is our
stop
sacred
it.
duty
I
to
did.
defend the world. And it's what I'm going to do.
What I'm going to do? Love her.
How can a woman possibly fight in this?
Fight? We use our principles, although I am not opposed to engaging in a bit of fisticuffs should the occasion arise.
All right, gentlemen. Review starts now. Okay, so let's jump right into this, guys. First of all, to all the listeners on the interwebs, this is going to be full of spoilers.
Spoiler alerts! Spoiler alerts!
So if you guys have not yet seen Wonder Woman, then you better push
Turn
pause
this
or something.
off,
Yeah,
just
until you
turn it
have
off.
seen it, because you're going to be talking about things that are imperative to the overall
How
plot.
many trailers are we going to watch, man?
Oh, don't worry about that one, dude. It's a little extra. Anyway, so first of all, I thought this movie was actually pretty decent, given superhero tropes. You guys have different histories when it comes to, your own history with comics and where this legendary character comes from, the history behind it. So why don't we jump into that, guys? What was bad about this movie first. Let's talk about that.
We're talking about negative?
Yeah, negative
Or
first.
bad as in badass.
What?
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Oh my goodness.
Like, yeah.
Did we watch the same film?
Holy shit.
We
All
did,
right.
but here's the thing. Like I'm a fan already of
What,
I-
ass kicking?
Like, okay, so here's
This is not the first film with ass kicking.
I understand.
Well-
But in previous podcasts, I've
Yeah.
used an expletive, expectations.
Yes, exactly.
Right? Where this one, expectations were met and
Get the hell
exceeded.
out of here. Excellent.
I know. Thank you.
Well, obviously. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, I'm just gonna start it off because I'm already talking. Okay.
Okay.
One thing.
You know what, yeah, absolutely.
You talked about a negative.
Honestly.
Okay.
Well, you know what?
So-
Fuck positive and negatives. Just tell me what you thought about the film. Let's just because
Well,
we only have
I'm-
30 minutes
I'm-
and we got to just
yes,
throw down.
Yes.
Let's go for
so
it.
here we go. A negative is they have established that this is a part of the Justice League franchise, right?
Indeed.
Well, where's the rest of the Justice League?
Well, they're following
That was
the-
a horrible Batman voice. Sorry.
He sounded like a Jew.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm
Jesus
just saying.
Christ.
He's like,
No.
order the pickles.
So all Jewish people, God damn, we're talking about that afterwards.
No,
Okay, that's fucking
I was
stupid.
Gonna go a little
I'm
bit
just
Yiddish
saying.
with it. I was gonna go if I were
See,
a
Yiddish. He was
Oh
going to
my
go with the
God.
Yiddish.
Right?
That-
No, but here we are. We're watching the wonderful Wonder Woman.
We just lost all
She's
three
amazing.
of our listeners.
No, we
guys.
didn't, because I've done that voice before. It's all
Okay.
good.
And they had Nazis in this damn movie anyway, so it didn't matter.
All right.
So I was wondering where Bruce Wayne was.
Much better.
Where's Bruce Wayne? Where's Batman?
An excellent
Where's
question.
Batman?
Excellent question. So, like, they're following this the whole Marvel universe kind
Right.
of situation, right? Everybody of the main characters, they're going to make a huge battleship of a movie, which is going to be Justice League in the
Right.
next couple of years. They have to introduce the individual people of the team. That's why they're making. That's why everyone's getting the one shot. That's why Wonder Woman's getting it. Flash
Right.
might get his own movie. I don't think Cyborg is going to, but Aquaman is definitely getting his own movie. I mean, they're going to establish that first,
Yeah.
and which is the smart thing.
But that's not
And
what's
then-
coming out
and
next.
they're-
Though. Justice League is coming
Justice
out.
League is coming
wait,
out
no,
next,
wait.
right?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Do you
sure.
mean that they're not going to go through a strategy that we know already works and through proper cinematography and exposition and character development have us
Batman
care?
versus Superman
Have
brought
us-
Wonder Woman into the fold. And
So
then
you
they
mean these
released
guys
her
aren't going to go to the
What?
effort of making us care about the individual characters before they make them all go into one movie? Which
Yeah,
will
but
make
did you really care
If
about
they
Wonder
did
Woman?
it like
I cared about Wonder
Batman
Woman, hell
v
yeah.
Superman,
You cared about
I
how
thought
she's fine.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Do you know what? She was mysterious.
She was gorgeous, but she
And-
was
and-
mysterious.
yeah, dude.
and her theme
Not
came
mysterious.
in perfectly in Batman v Superman.
That's
Just like,
true. We'll talk
whatever
about
it was.
the
Yeah, it was
sound later.
awesome.
Bert, what did you think about this movie?
It was trite. It was. I
Stop.
mean, and here's the thing: I wanted to like it, but everything it just irritated me, like an itch, but not a bad one where you got to go get like some kind of alcohol and rub on, but just like an itch. Part of the thing is, number one, how do Amazonians say that they care about humans, live in this little isolated world, and have no idea what's going on in the world?
Because they've chosen not to care, dude.
Not to care, but how many times did Wonder Woman say, "Cause we care"?
Well,
Because we care.
Well, we have to keep in mind.
Now-
we have to keep in mind, Bert, that Diana, I call her by on a first name
Oh,
basis.
the big
That,
WW.
that Wonder Woman isn't just an Amazon; she's the Amazon.
Oh God, that's the other thing too. Is if we get into the whole like the woman being in the main character and being
Yeah.
like the superhero and so on and so forth, I don't feel like they made her the intelligent woman that she should have been.
Okay, keep on that.
Here's
keep on that.
here's where I'll argue with that. Because it is an origin story and she is so isolated. I think they
She
managed,
knew what man was.
Well, they managed to do
she
that
quoted me,
throughout
and
the
she
film.
quoted all kinds of stuff
No,
from like history.
I understand that,
Well,
but
yeah.
I think her being as naive as she was at the beginning and the growth that she has toward the end of it, and who she is in our contemporary timeline, I think that's going to be a little bit different. I actually like the fact that she was as naive as she was.
No, but-
and she was very educated
Sure.
in literature and books and the ideology of what everything was on. But once she meets man,
But-
that's when things start to.
But would
click.
you, like in that situation,
Jew?
If Jew,
How dare you?
I didn't mean Jew.
Wow, you're the one that brought
you're
that
the
up.
one
Are you
that's
kidding?
freaking out.
I'm just.
You did.
Stop talking.
Wow.
Like, if you've been isolated
Oh, God,
and all you know is your crew,
Yeah.
Right.
why would this dude out of nowhere convince you to go save mankind?
Because she witnessed a battle on her own home
That-
soil.
It doesn't. So what,
Dude.
So then let's trunk up and just stay here and see what happens.
After 9/11, how many people enlisted, dude?
We're talking about superheroes, man. We're talking about like this just doesn't. There's no Amazons. I promise you.
How dare you?
That's inaccurate.
A man
Look,
can dream. A
Because
man can dream.
I'm looking at one right now,
That's
and
true.
she's gorgeous.
Let's talk about Gal Gadot. Holy shit, man!
Now-
Let's not make Bert's obvious mistake and objectify her down to just I'm kidding, dude. I'm giving you a shit.
No, but the reality of it is that the whole film is about, well, people are taking it as woman empowerment. This is one of those movies that are like, see woman, see roar.
And you don't see that.
She's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
They sex her up. I mean, who fights with that kind of armor?
Okay, hang on.
You know,
Well, and they brought that up as far as that's a traditional Spartan garb, etc., etc.
of course they brought that up.
No, of course they're going to
Because
rationalize it.
Yeah.
But here's something where I'll jump on your bandwagon, and this was something that I was going to bring up. I agree with what you're saying in the sense of, would you mind cueing the spoiler right here? Because I'm about to do it.
Spoiler alerts. Spoiler alerts.
Anything for you, Andrew?
The main villain is female. She's the poison maker, and she's got a messed up face, and she's got something covering up her face.
Right.
When Chris Pine, Steve Trevor, is supposed to be flirting with her in order to engage some sort of intelligence from her.
Yeah, there's a scene in a party when they're trying to get intelligence.
Where Wonder Woman walks in as Diana Prince, and he is awestruck, and it was such an amazing moment where she's just like, all right, mother.
Yeah.
Your attention is taken away from me. I see your true colors. And I thought that was a really, really clearly defined moment for
she knows she's fine.
beauty and ugly. The whole dynamic.
You mean the
society?
Of course.
Exactly.
I mean,
because
I'm sorry. Wonder Woman is gorgeous,
right?
And you have somebody that's physically scarred and disfigured.
So Lady Poison is the one who catches on to that. She catches on to Chris.
She calls bullshit right away. She's like,
Yeah, because this movie has intelligent female characters. Holy shit.
No, but that's the thing. It still objectifies
but
women.
she was so objectified in that moment. Look at his face.
You fell asleep?
Look
I
at
did not
his
fall
face.
asleep.
If you
I
look
did not
at Chris
fall asleep
Pine's
for 1
face
minute in
there,
this movie.
it
Okay,
totally
so thank
does
you very
that.
much.
I mean, like, they didn't pick ugly
Bert, that's
people.
that's where I'm absolutely going to agree with you.
You know, like lately, because I read Wonder Woman. And
Yeah.
lately, they've been drawing her.
Well, you have a background in comics and everything when it comes to this particular
but I'm
genre.
not even. The only part that I'm bringing up is I've become a big fan of the Wonder Woman comic recently because they've made her not as pretty.
Okay.
More
They've made her
as
more
a
Amazonian,
warrior,
right?
more Amazonian,
Yeah.
bigger than the average man, like a hook nose, not this angel. Even compared
Calling
to the
Gal
other,
Gadot an angel is a stretch. Dude.
Come on, get out of here. When you compare it to the rest of the Amazons,
So-
they're all butched up. They're all
Right.
like just jacked.
So here's
Even
where I
Robin
think they got it right.
Okay.
Right. Here's where I think they got it right. When we're talking about Game of Thrones and you have Brienne's character, even though she is an attractive woman, once you get her,
No, but she's still manly. She's still.
but here's the thing: they cast an appropriate
Correct.
character for who that is.
Okay.
I'm not
Right.
calling Brienne. I can't remember the actress's name off the top of my head.
I don't
right
know,
now.
but I know. Yeah.
But
Well, it's not a Game of Thrones
no,
show.
she's
But
a,
isn't it?
But here's
maybe
the
it
thing.
is.
Here's the thing: she started out as a model.
Yeah.
But you take away all of the makeup, you take away all of the fashion, you take away all of that. She still fit the character.
So is Gal Gadot.
No.
How tall is she?
Come on, dude. You can't tell me that Gal Gadot looks fine every day.
I'm saying
not
she's
24
gorgeous. I'm
hours,
saying she's
24
She looks
gorgeous.
gorgeous every
will
day.
you pull up her
She was-
specs and see how tall she is?
She was Miss Universe. The actress was Miss Universe in 2004.
That I didn't know.
So like
Scroll all the way down.
like she's a model. You know, like so they picked a model to be Wonder Woman. And okay, that's fine. Linda Carter was beautiful and maybe
Right there.
Wonder Woman is supposed to be beautiful. But,
So, 5'10",
but don't tell me
she's
that it's
taller
not
than the
about,
average woman.
you know, like we are objectifying women still.
Okay.
Come on, man.
I can give you guys that a little bit.
Give her a lazy eye and then talk to me.
Well, okay. So is this because you guys didn't think that she was a good actress?
No, I actually
fine.
I thought that she did the role great.
But you think that maybe in regards to the role, in regards to to her appearance, that maybe she was riding on her looks more than her capabilities as an actor?
Well, I don't think that's her fault.
Okay.
I don't, as the actress, the person.
You better not.
Well, no,
she got casted.
That's
she got casted.
That's the studio's decision.
Yeah.
That's the whole the franchise that they're building. All of that comes into play, and she's got enough credits behind her. She's proven herself as an actor.
Right. Well, look, I appreciate where you guys are coming from because there's going to be some objectification in regards to this. I don't think she is a beautiful woman, sure, but I don't think that objectification is primarily and purely because she happens to be a former Miss Universe. Whenever we have a superhero, we are always going to objectify the person who's wearing the cape.
Look at how they're drawn.
Yeah, period. But what I found refreshing about Wonder Woman is that they were using the same kind of tactics in regards to how you would promote a character like Batman, like Superman, like Spider-Man. Name one of the actors in those other films that wasn't attractive. Come on, man. The guy who plays Superman is a dime piece.
But the main audience that's going to go see this, or the main audience that went to go see those other movies, are men. I mean, not until now that you can make the argument that, I would take my daughters to go see this film.
Sure.
Because it is a strong woman film.
So you're not discounting the empowerment that is in this movie.
Not at all.
Okay.
No, but don't tell me that it's not objectified. Don't tell me that it's not male driven.
I feel you.
The producer's still Zack Snyder.
You're right.
It wasn't, I don't know, some female. It wasn't Penny Marshall.
It was a female director, though.
No, and that's what made kind of the difference. That the moments where she acted female, the moments where she's shown vulnerability, Zack Snyder in his best day
would not be able to do as good a job.
Never.
And that's also to say that just because you're vulnerable doesn't mean that you're female.
And even if you go back to 300, you look at Lena Headey, and she was tough.
Yeah, for sure.
She wasn't very vulnerable through that film.
Which means it's happened in movies before. But I understand. I don't mean to frustrate you too much, Bert. I understand where you're coming from. You can't look at this and say that Gal Gadot wasn't objectified, and that Wonder Woman in and of itself isn't a character that was not profiting, but taking advantages in regards to the looks of that character. I can respect that opinion because obviously, I can agree with you. That's where it happens. But I think that specific trope, and this is one thing that I find, that specific characteristic, that's one thing that I find very refreshing about this title, is that the same objectification that you have is in regards to the superhero. I mean, like I mentioned before,
I don't think it's the same.
Batman, Christian Bale. When we were talking about the Nolan part of in this universe, there were shots with his shirt taken off and all this other stuff. Whenever we go with Superman, same thing.
But you look at
all of the main characters when it comes to these
same
universes.
Same thing happened in this one. Chris Pine was bare naked.
Right. But, I mean, that's the kind of thing that I would expect to see in a superhero film.
Sure.
And I'm glad that they didn't...
But he wasn't the superhero.
No, it's true. That's true. But I'm glad to see that the same kind of things that you take from a male archetype are being transferred over to a female archetype. It is objectification. And maybe... I think that, now after we've dashed it out a little bit in the past 10 minutes, me taking the position that it is purely in regards to female empowerment isn't true. I'll give you guys that. But objectification is necessary when it comes to superhero films. It absolutely is.
Kick-Ass does not do that. Kick-Ass, both films, it's a little girl.
Yeah.
At no point is your tongue wagging when you're looking at this little girl kick ass.
That's true.
And not only that, is a strong character. Drives plot. Okay. Makes decisions.
Would you have liked this film?
That was so controversial.
That's true.
Do you remember when that came out? It was so controversial.
Would you have liked Wonder Woman better if they had gone into her power more than her looks?
How about her intelligence?
She's intelligent in this movie.
How?
Are you kidding?
When?
She's intelligent. She's self-sacrificing. She speaks 8 languages in this movie.
But none of that. If you think of the story, what's she supposed to do? Go beat up Ares. She didn't outmatch him on a chess game.
Okay.
She beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And even then...
That's true.
Every action scene totally deflates that whole, she's intelligent. because it was Braun first. You know, at that point, I might agree with you.
It doesn't disregard her intelligence all the way. She was able to find out the Nazis' plans by being able to decipher that journal that popped
Yeah, but the
up.
plot is like weak in itself. But even outside of that,
Yeah.
that's at that point I might agree with you. The superhero genre of like, we'll beat the bad guy, pow,
Yeah.
we'll beat the bad guy, bam. You know, like that they did Equalizer in that sense, that they used Brawn before intelligence. But if you want to make a film, just because she has titties does not necessarily make it where for women, this is a film about women. You know, it's not. It's a guy with titties.
Female archetypes and Kick-Ass, let's take that out of the argument for a second.
Why? It exists.
No, I know. But that's one example. Well, two examples if you count both movies. What other production in the past decade have you taken a female superhero this seriously?
Oh, well, I mean, that's the problem. That's what sets it apart.
Catwoman
Fuck that.
was supposed to be what it was.
And they failed miserably.
And they did. And that's really unfortunate because I think Halle Berry is absolutely capable of doing that.
Absolutely.
But they made the villain a cosmetic cream.
It's terrible.
I mean, why?
Because
Why?
Because women care about cosmetics,
No,
apparently.
see, and that's BS.
No, that's exactly
It's
what it
BS.
was. That's the thing, too. That's one thing that I found refreshing about this, and I think both of you guys are making great points. And quite honestly, you're changing my opinion in regards to what I was going to talk about when we first started this. I do honestly...
And that's my job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think that there's definitely some objectification, and I think that it definitely is something that you're going to find in a lot and the majority of films that come through when it comes to this genre. But and I also think that, you know, given your point, Bert and Andrus, you're following right on top of it. Just because the main character is a woman doesn't necessarily mean that it's a movie about empowerment. Doesn't necessarily mean that people should take pride in the fact they had to look deeper.
I think that's going to be a given, you know, seeing as how
not the way you hear people talking about it.
Thank you. That's exactly right, Mike.
Thank
you, because that's it. That's it.
And you guys hit the nail on the head. Like a lot of
I didn't
people,
even know there was a female director until somebody pointed it out.
I didn't know until the day I saw the movie. Quite honestly, and that's on me.
I didn't even pay attention to the director at the end of it because I assumed it was Zack Snyder.
And the way in which this is being cast, the way in which this movie is being, the brand is being pushed through. Oh, we have a woman. Everybody, that means that's about female empowerment.
The bigger story for me was the fact that it was Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And because of Linda Carter and my childhood watching her.
Exactly.
That's
Gal
the
Gadot
only
was in the
reason
first.
that I went into it. And I really didn't care that it was Gal Gadot.
Right.
Until I saw Batman v Superman, and I loved it.
Right.
I thought that was fun.
Here's my problem.
But real quick, before you start, having said that just because there's a woman in there and people are expecting to be complete about empowerment and that it isn't necessarily about that. It's not. There are shining moments in this movie where you see the main character be a hero. And the fact that we have a female hero being taken as seriously, given the exposition and the character development and everything this movie provides, I found that refreshing.
Well,
that doesn't happen all the time.
No, but again, my biggest problem is that the only difference was the titties. Does that make sense? It wasn't...
That I disagree with.
I just don't... I didn't feel... Now, I did give credit to Patty Jenkins in the sense of, like, if Zack Snyder had touched this thing, other than produced it...
It would have died.
It would have...
Well, I don't know about that because if Gal Gadot was as capable as Amy Adams was, because Amy threw down several times,
but she's still a weak Lois, and and they use her horribly.
No, and I understand that aspect of it, but I still think if you have a strong enough actress in that role, they're going to give that the due diligence that it requires.
We can't sit there and say that Gal Gadot was doing some Meryl Streep shit.
No, but she was doing her job.
Now, but hear me out. What we loved about her is she kicked ass.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it goes back to why I brought the kick ass
legitimately too.
So, she
it made
sense.
It made sense.
Yeah, right.
Well, really quick before you get started, former Israeli Defense Force.
No, and I get all that.
This woman went through immense amount of training in order to be able to do the choreography in this film, and for the most part, it came off without a hitch.
But here's the other reason that it irritated me, knowing that.
Okay.
They jacked all the other Amazonians. If you saw them, they were more mannish. Like the only pretty ones was the mother, the trainer, which is what's her
Don't
face.
you find it refreshing though that the Amazons were
Connie
mixed?
No, I
Nielsen,
did.
Robin
No, I
Banks,
did. I
and
did.
mixed physiques?
And that's the part where I felt like they failed. You know, because Wonder Woman now in the comic book, which you should not compare the two. Should not. I truly, sincerely mean that. But they're starting to make her more of that character, mannish, more brutish, more of like
An Amazon.
Somebody that now that doesn't mean that she doesn't love. She still loves Steve Trevor.
Yeah.
And Steve Trevor still loves her.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just because she's big doesn't mean that she can't have a heart. You know
I
what
feel
I mean?
sorry for you that this movie is ruined because Gal Gadot is too fucking pretty, dude.
No. That's
I don't think that's what he's saying.
Okay.
What I'm
then
saying
you have to
is,
clarify that because that's
it's
I'm
what
reading
you
from
brought.
here.
What you brought up to put it on a pedestal that it's like equal to a man's hero movie. I disagree.
Okay.
I mean, to say that it's refreshing to see this. I disagree because you've already seen it.
Yeah. Well, I haven't already seen it.
Yes, you have.
No, I've seen
Again,
it.
the difference is the titties. It's still a fine person. They still picked Ben Affleck. They still picked what's
Right.
his name?
Henry Cavill.
Yeah, they still picked
Superman.
pretty people.
Yeah.
At no point Aquaman is the dude from Game of Thrones. What woman doesn't
Jason
go goo?
Momoa.
Yeah, doesn't go goo over that guy.
Thank you, Andrus.
He's an amazing actor.
He is good.
So, but what I'm saying is they didn't pick like the nerdy guy. They didn't pick a smaller girl or the example that he said about Game of Thrones was perfect.
Okay.
Because you respect that character because of her ability to wield a sword.
Sure.
It's not because of her necessarily beauty.
I don't think that the only thing going for Wonder Woman is the fact she has a pretty face, dude.
Because she kicks ass.
Yeah.
That's it.
But that's not it.
So did Batman.
Yeah.
So does Superman. And they're all pretty.
The reason as to look, you cannot discredit the humanity. You cannot
Here's the
discredit
thing.
the
What do you mean?
honor. You
How's it
cannot.
any different
You
than
cannot.
Superman?
You cannot discredit the good.
But how is
that
it
are
any
in
different
these-
than Superman?
It's not. But that's what I find refreshing
So again,
about
the
it.
tits are the difference.
Well, I think what's being said is, and correct me if I'm wrong, is regardless of what role you're casting, you've got to cast a beautiful person, right?
It's
Yeah,
so
that's
what you're
absolutely
saying?
right.
You have to, in this day and age,
Especially
cast
a superhero movie.
an aesthetically pleasing human being to lead that movie.
Sure.
Right? I don't know if there's any movie out there right now, superhero genre or otherwise, where your lead character isn't aesthetically pleasing.
Okay.
Well, again, I would use Kick-Ass. The new Spider-Man isn't necessarily... And I would even argue that Spider-Man himself wasn't like...
Well,
here's
here's the
you're
thing with
arguing
that,
the
though.
wrong point, for
Here's the
sure.
thing with that, though. He's still charismatic.
No, fair.
Which
Fair.
he's humorous, which is going to be a huge selling point for the franchise.
And that's what I mean. It's a multi-layered character.
Plus,
The
every
fact-
single one of these people take off their shirts. They have abs.
They do.
still.
Thank you, Andrus.
Every single one of them. So even if their faces aren't aesthetically pleasing to you, once they remove their clothes, you're like, okay, well, that's why they got the job.
In Wonder Woman,
'Cause their physical abilities to do what they need to do.
in Wonder Woman, they gave Gal Gadot and the people who are like, into this character the chance to prove that, yeah, the gender's swapped, but a female lead can play with the same tropes, can go with the same kind of characteristics of loyalty and honor and charity that even the big boys can.
But
Yeah, but you can use that in a drama.
Here's
You don't
the
have to-
thing, too.
I mean, Meryl Streep does that every time she's on stage.
But Meryl Streep isn't in a superhero movie.
And she's not pretty.
Right.
Oh, come. Well, that depends upon your
Well, no,
taste. But,
I mean, like, even...
but commercially, I understand where you're coming from.
So if you would have taken Meryl Streep, even like at her gorgeous states, when she's doing the
Kramer
Dustin
versus Kramer,
where
right,
she's
right.
really
She's
attractive.
beautiful.
Sure.
She's not Gal Gadot.
No.
So that's my
But here's
isn't the only-
here's the other thing too, right? Is like the physical achievements that all of these superheroes do.
Yeah.
You can look at Scarlett Johansson. She changed her body to do that role.
Yeah, to play the
And she's still
in Marvel
fine.
Universe. Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about
So you're being you're being confused in regards to the point I'm trying to make.
Jennifer Garner, Elektra changed her body
Fine.
to
Absolutely.
do that.
I don't. Okay, so you're interpreting
Matrix. I'll keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
Fine.
Look, hey,
She looks like a dowdy housewife too.
Yeah.
She totally changed herself.
She absolutely did. You're interpreting what I'm saying as being something else. I find it refreshing that, yeah, there's objectification. Absolutely. Sure. I will absolutely admit to that. You guys are right on that point. I find it refreshing that all the difference was the titties. And it was still a profound superhero movie.
Profound?
Absolutely.
How much money did it make on opening weekend?
Where you find this
200
profound?
million.
Are you kidding me?
What's so profound? What's the difference between the Superman movie and that movie?
Nothing. And that's what's so good about it.
Oh, God.
I'm not sure how much it made in the first weekend. I can
made
find out
like
for you.
200
No, it's
million.
like killing. It's killing it.
It's killing it at the box
killing
office. And, good for Zack Snyder for throwing a bone to one of his 300 guys, David Toulis. I love
I
it.
still
Go
hate
into that. How did that come about?
Oh, he's the Patch guy? Is he from the 300?
He's Patch.
Yeah, he's Patch. That's what I
Patch.
thought it was, but
Yeah.
he's also in Harry Potter, so I wasn't sure if that was the same dude.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's the same.
First weekend at 103.
Yeah, and it's already
million.
broken 200. So,
come on. I mean-
or 400? Is it 400 already?
I mean,
I know
like,
it's already
again-
made its money back. Come on.
So, and guaranteed when Justice League comes out or the next Marvel movie comes out, with maybe Black Panther being like questionable, will break that record. Because again, it has nothing to do with male-female thing.
Well,
it's everybody's going to run and go see the damn
Did
superhero
Superman
movie.
do it?
Yeah.
Superman did it, right?
What, broke
Because it's
that?
Superman.
I don't know.
where-
I don't know. I mean,
Did it make us much?
Generally-
That'd be interesting.
yeah, generally all these movies make a killing. I mean,
Right.
there
Well,
isn't too many,
And
even if they
I'm
suck.
happy.
Even if they
And
suck.
I'm happy that DC is coming up against Marvel finally.
I
I
still
am-
think
I
the other
am
movies
happy
are
about
not
that.
as strong as the Marvel.
I
movies.
agree, but they're coming up against them finally. Like box office
And,
wise,
and this is where I will give
storyline
props.
wise,
I think Wonder Woman is the better one of the recent, like the Zack Snyder
right?
time.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
Chris Nolan, forget about it. Those are way better. But I mean, like
Yeah, jeez, that's huge.
Well, that's their total gross earnings. So Superman versus Batman made a total gross
Opening
earnings.
weekend, 166 million.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay, so a little discrepancy there. I mean, what is that to? You can't say it's because a woman is wearing the cape.
Well,
That's-
I mean,
that's
this is
not
also
fair,
a
but
sequel.
Yeah.
You're looking at Batman v Superman.
Yeah,
rather
we're,
than Man of Steel, right?
I just wanted to find one that I knew I'd be able to find on the internet. So there.
But okay, so here's-
there's differences in regards to this. You're right. It's a duo versus
one thing
whatever.
I wanted to say is I didn't find as many plot holes in this one as I did in Man of Steel. I think they totally ruined the mythology of Superman for me when they had Dad die the way that he died.
Yeah, for sure.
Spoiler alert! In
Do you want me to hit it?
No,
I'll hit it.
no,
I'll
no,
do it.
Okay, that's
Spoiler alert.
Man of Steel.
No, which dad though? Kevin Costner.
Kevin
or the-
Costner.
Yeah, that was.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I thought I'm sorry.
He has to save the truck. The hell out of there.
No, that was so dumb.
That's the
That was
last
so
Zack Snyder movie ever.
That was so dumb because like the whole point of his dealing with mortality was he couldn't change the fact that Dad was dying.
Right,
Papa Kent
right.
was dying, right?
All the death scenes in
And-
Wonder Woman were pretty dope. Everybody left on their shield in this movie.
Well, so
Come on, self-sacrifice, battle,
so
destruction.
here's a problem with that beach scene. Can I talk about that really quick?
Hold on.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Okay, go ahead.
In the trailer, there's that slow motion of the bullet about to engage one of her fellow Amazonian ladies, right?
Absolutely.
And she watches it. But guess who else is watching it? Apparently, Steve Trevor is also superhuman, and he watches a bullet in slow motion going towards the body of an Amazonian woman. It drove me crazy. That is the only thing that I didn't care about the magic bubble or like,
Magic,
yeah.
everything made sense the way that they described it, even down to like. It really didn't, though. The whole Danny Houston snorting the pill
For
to
sure,
get
that was
his
ridiculous.
Stupid.
That was
superpowers.
stupid.
But they kind of did that in Iron Man 3 with the whole,
They had to have a villain that would be able to stand up. They had to have a red herring.
People.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that was kind of stupid.
Not
because
that Ares wasn't enough.
I'm
Right.
sorry. He's snorting like a pill to get his superpowers.
So
is it an amphetamine?
Yeah.
I mean, it was so.
Oh, it's meth. It's
yeah,
absolutely
I know.
meth.
It's like,
But his
it's
bones don't
World,
break.
It's
No.
World War II meth. So.
It's the old school meth. So
I do
think-
have problems with
Yeah,
it, but
yeah.
ultimately I enjoyed it. It was entertaining, which is why I go to movies.
So
Thank
you should, if you're going to go see this movie, then you should see it for the right reasons. It's not necessarily going to be a prime example of female empowerment because we have blatant objectification of it, but it's still going to be a good superhero movie because they give. Oh,
Ooh, I have one more parting thought.
You better hurry
I've got to
up.
say it. Patty Jenkins missed the mark when she did not give a cameo to Linda Carter.
and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Sure.
All right, so guys, we have come up to the time in regards to our Quickfire review episode of Wonder Woman, currently in theaters. I think we have a little bit of an argument going on as to whether or not you should see it. Guys, why don't we just...
See it.
Okay? Bert, what do you think?
Go see it.
You go see it. Just make sure you do it for the right reasons. But as usual, guys, we do appreciate you taking a moment out of your day and listening to us. Please feel free to let us know what's going on because...
And remember...
exactly.
We may not know what we're talking about, but it's your job to tell us.
And you're going to do that by emailing us, pullfocuspod@gmail.com. Give us some comments in regards to how we're doing on SoundCloud, so follow us, like and subscribe on YouTube. And let's keep the ball rolling, guys. We enjoy talking about these genres. We enjoy talking about this art form, and we know you do too. So go ahead and be part of the conversation.
Why not
Guys,
share us with you, with your friends?
There you go.
Why not?
Let's go to a movie together.
That's it. And if you guys feel like arguing with us after you listen to an episode, bring it on. But anyway, parting thoughts, guys, in regards to movie and what we're calling it.
I'm really excited about the movies down the line this year.
Yeah, the JLA is going to
There's
be
some fun.
pretty
There's some fun ones
legit.
coming.
No, the
down
only
line.
the driving one.
Oh, Baby Driver?
Baby Driver. That looks good.
I'm
looks good, too.
I'm looking forward to Kingsman 2.
I can see that.
I am.
Well, if we get the
I'm
chance, we'll go ahead and do some quickfire reviews on those as well, everybody here on Pull Focus. But anyway, we appreciate your time, and thank you so very much for listening. We'll see you guys next time.